Hey everyone, welcome to the season 2 finale of Cinema Circle, the show where we talk and review all your favorite movies coming out of Hollywood. The show for the fans, by the fans. I'm your host for today, Kiki SB, and let's start off by recapping the 2017 Cinema Circle season.
Marvel's villains are always so weak.
But even the way their suits look really good, all of them.
What are we getting? The third iteration of Spider-Man in a month?
Oh, no, just joking.
Because X-Men has always had a problem with showing us where they are, where the hell they are in time. Like, where are you guys?
Foot size doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That only means one thing. That doesn't mean anything
I
else.
know. They're gonna fail because Marvel's doing
I
because Marvel's doing
it's
so well.
understandable. You have not seen the OG original
Classic,
Thor
yeah.
helmet, the classic helmet with the little wings or whatever.
Spider-Man's kind of weak.
Yeah.
He's not that strong.
He's 15.
It doesn't matter. I don't care. Alright.
But at the end of the day, your universe is about to be destroyed, so what are you laughing at? I'm excited about Aquaman, period, because he does seem a lot more badass than, I don't know, in the comics where he was riding two fishes.
See what I mean though? That's what people think about Aquaman.
We've definitely had a great time with the cast of Cinema Circle for the past season. Unfortunately, we didn't get to review every single movie that came out, so let's throw it over to Patricia for our honorable mentions.
Thanks, Kiki. So here are 4 of our honorable mentions. Let's start with Get Out. Get Out was Jordan Peele's directorial debut and he killed it. The movie was fun, intense, shocking, and scary all at the same time. What he does for the genre is amazing, and the racial issues he takes on is clever and inspiring. We gave the film an 8.5 out of 10. Next up, The Kingsman, The Golden Circle. In this sequel, we see the Kingsman come to the States. The movie was so over the top and full of action, but the story was weak, so I didn't really like the film. And the people I was with fell asleep. So it's not that good. We give it a 6.5 out of 10. Next up, War for the Planet of the Apes. The last movie in the trilogy was by far my favorite. All 3 films were different in tone, but all amazing in their own right. The CGI was very heavily in the movie, but you couldn't really tell. Caesar was amazing, and Bad Ape, I loved him. He just added enough comedic tone to such a serious movie that you kind of enjoyed it that much more. We give it an 8.5. Last but not least, Star Wars: The Last Jedi. This movie got mixed reviews from critics and fans. At first when I watched it, I loved it. And then I watched it a second time and found it a little bit boring. Again, the people that I watched it with fell asleep. So I don't know if it did that well as I initially thought, so we give it a 6 out of 10. Back to you, Kiki.
Thanks, Patricia. I wish I got to watch all those movies as well. Now let's move on to Cinema Circle's top choice of the year and the disappointment of the crop of movies for this year.
Thanks, Kiki. We've watched a lot of movies this season, and I gotta tell you, it's gonna be hard narrowing it down to the top 3. What did you guys think?
So my top 3, number 1 is Logan. I think most of us can agree on that. Second was Wonder Woman, and then the third is a tie. Sorry, everyone, but Get Out, Split, and War for the Planet of the Apes were all amazing movies, so I can't exclude them. So top 3.
My top movie is gonna be Logan. I really enjoyed that movie. It was a great send-off for Hugh Jackman. I'm gonna have to go with Wonder Woman as my number 2, and for number 3, I'm gonna have to go with War of the Planet of the Apes. But I have to agree with Patricia that it was definitely a tough one for me to try and figure out who should take the third position, whether it should be Split or Apes. So I'm just gonna go with Apes.
I'm gonna go backwards from 3 to 1. Number 3 for me would be Get Out. I think that was a good movie. It was early on in the year, so I can't remember much of it, but I think that was number 3. 2 and 1 for me, I can't decide which one number 1 is between Logan and Wonder Woman, so I'm gonna give those a tie. I think Wonder Woman was, it made history for movies in general. You know, if you get a female movie, a female lead for a superhero movie. But I think Logan was the biggest change for comic book movies. So for those 2 reasons, I can't pick one over the other. So I'm gonna put Logan and Wonder Woman as 1 and 2.
Alright, now that we figured out our top 3, it's time for us to talk about our most disappointing movie of this year. Patricia?
So mine was Power Rangers. I was really excited for it, but I found it so cheesy, and then every time I kept watching it, I'm like, oh my god, this is really cheesy. But it wasn't a bad movie, it just wasn't what I thought it would be. So that's why it's my biggest disappointment.
Mine is gonna have to be Guardians 2. I think personally it's one of the worst Marvel movies made. It's definitely in the bottom 2 of Marvel movies. I was expecting something a little bit more, and I just can't deal with the formula that they're giving me. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Guardians 2.
I would have to agree that Guardians, I think, was a disappointment because sitting down, I was like, the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie was really good. This one felt it was too over the top with comedy and cheese, and so it was disappointing that Marvel not only stuck with what they did with the first one, but double that, and not necessarily in a good way. So
the story wasn't even that great.
Yeah,
either.
So to me that would...
And the Pac-Man, please.
Yeah.
Alright. Anyways, back to you, Kiki.
Thanks, guys. Now let's throw it over to VonJevy for the upcoming season's movie trailers.
Thanks, Kiki. 2018 is filled with a lot of movies, and with a lot of movies come a lot of amazing trailers. And the first one we're going to talk about is Black Panther. This trailer I thought was fantastic. It actually put us into Wakanda and let us know what the style of the movie is going to be, what the tone of the movie is going to be, and some of the things that we can expect from T'Challa and the people of Wakanda. It's going to be interesting seeing T'Challa come back to his hometown and have to deal with becoming king and the loss of his father. So I'm really excited about that. It's not exactly what I expected that it was going to be when I first watched it, but I'm very interested and I'm super excited and I can't wait. The next trailer that we're going to talk about is Ocean's 8. I was always for this idea, and actually seeing it in the trailer, or seeing the trailer for it, it just amps my excitement that much more. I think that the cast is really well put together, and it looks like they have great chemistry, so I'm really excited about that. But the biggest trailer I think of the year is definitely Infinity War, by far. Avengers Infinity War is coming out. This trailer gives me chills. Thanos' voice is so menacing. It looks like he's really gonna give them a lot of problems, and I cannot wait to see how they all form together and deal with him. And why does Spider-Man think that he could take on Thanos? Like, this kid doesn't even know what's up right now. The man got smashed into the ground. Anyways, I can't wait to see this May 4th. So stay tuned, and back to you in the studio, Kiki.
Those are some amazing trailers. Now let's throw it over to Anthony for what we're looking forward to for the 2018 movies.
Thank you, Kiki. Now, there are a lot of movies coming out in 2018 that we are really looking forward to, one of them being Black Panther. Black Panther is going to be a huge movie. It involves a very star-studded cast, which consists of Chadwick Boseman, Angela Bassett, and Michael B. Jordan, to name a few. We are really excited for this one. I think it's going to have lots of action, and as long as it has the same tone as Winter Soldier, I think it's going to be really good. Another one that we are looking forward to, especially me as a huge DC fan, is Aquaman. Now, Aquaman is directed by James Wan, and the thing that I'm most looking forward to is seeing all of Atlantis, which we just got a bit of in Justice League. I'm also excited to see Amber Heard's portrayal of Queen Mera. I think she's perfect casting for that, so I'm really excited. And just overall, I think it's going to be an exciting movie. It's a new take for DC because it's taking place underwater, so it's going to be really good. Something that's really interesting about this movie, James Wan announced that he is no longer going to be using the bubble underwater that they used for Justice League, so that's going to be nice to see. And yeah, we're really excited for this movie, Aquaman. The next movie we're looking forward to is Dark Phoenix, and if you're an X-Men fan, you're definitely looking forward to this one. It is directed by Simon Kinberg, who's been writing and producing a lot of the X-Men movies. The first time that they tried to do the Dark Phoenix storyline was in X-Men The Last Stand, and as we all know, that movie wasn't perceived very well. And so it's really interesting that they bring back Simon Kinberg, who wrote that movie. Hopefully he learned from his lessons, and hopefully this time we will get the Dark Phoenix movie that we all deserve. And of course, we can't leave this movie out. I know you guys are all waiting for this movie this year. It's Avengers Infinity War. This is going to involve all of the Avengers from Ant-Man to Doctor Strange. We're going to have the Guardians of the Galaxy in this movie. We're going to have the cast of Black Panther in here. We're going to have Captain America, Iron Man. Everybody's going to be here. We don't know who's going to die. We don't know who's going to survive. So it's going to be really interesting to see them all finally come together and face Thanos for the first time. We're really looking forward to this movie. It's going to be epic. Now, there are a lot of other movies this year that we are really excited for, including The Incredibles 2, Deadpool 2, Ocean's 8, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and The Nun. So, looks like 2018 is going to be a great year. Back to you, Kiki.
Well guys, thanks for watching the season 2 finale of Cinema Circle. You can expect more movie reviews, heated debates, games, and a lot more content coming at you in season 3. Thanks for watching. Peace!